My wife walked out on a Thursday morning so silently that the only proof she'd been there at all was the lingering trace of her lavender shampoo drifting through the hallway. No note, no text, no explanation. The wardrobe was half cleared out, her shoes missing from the rack, and the entire house felt like someone had carved the warmth out of it and left the empty shell behind. For 2 weeks, I moved through my own home like a guest passing through someone else's life. I replayed our last conversations over and over, searching for any sign, any clue that she had been planning to vanish. Yes, we argued, but nothing catastrophic. Nothing that sounded like, "I'm leaving you without a word." Her phone stayed off. Her family claimed ignorance. Her friends acted blindsided. Every trail I followed ended in the same blank wall. By the 10th day, the panic inside me had begun to fade into something heavier, something like numb acceptance. I started sleeping on the couch because the bed felt too wide, too empty, too wrong. Then, early on a Tuesday morning, exactly 2 weeks after she disappeared, my phone rang at 6:12 a.m. unknown number. Normally I'd ignore it, but something in my chest tightened in a way I couldn't explain. I answered. "Is this Daniel?" A woman's voice asked, shaky and unsure. "Yes, who is this?" There was a long breath on the line, the kind someone takes right before saying something that will change everything. "I'm calling about your wife." My entire body went rigid. "Where is she? Is she all right?" "She's alive," the woman said quickly. "But you need to come immediately." She gave me an address in a town I barely recognized. Before I could ask anything else, the call ended. I drove faster than I should have, my mind spiraling through possibilities, none of them comforting. When I arrived, I realized the address belonged to a small community shelter, the kind of place people run to when they have nowhere safe to go. A staff member met me at the entrance, the same voice from the phone. "You're her husband?" "Yes. She didn't want us to contact you," the woman explained carefully. "But this morning, she asked for you." My throat tightened. Why wouldn't she want? "She was scared," the woman said softly. "Come. You'll see." We walked down a quiet hallway until she opened the door to a small room. And there she was, my wife, sitting on a narrow bed, her hands wrapped around a cup of tea like it was the only thing keeping her anchored. She looked pale, worn down, smaller somehow. The exhaustion in her eyes was unlike anything I had ever seen. When she looked up and recognized me, her breath hitched. "Dan?" I didn't step closer. "Not yet. I need the truth first," I said, my voice steady. "What happened?" Tears filled her eyes immediately. "I didn't leave because I stopped loving you," she whispered. "I left because I was trying to protect you." "Protect me? From what?" She wiped her cheeks, but the tears kept streaming. "From my brother." I blinked. "Ethan? He's in prison." "He was," she whispered. "He got out early, and when he showed up at the house 2 weeks ago, he said if I didn't go with him, he'd hurt you. Hurt us both." I didn't have time to think. I just left. My stomach dropped. Ethan had always been unstable, but I never imagined he could threaten her. Threaten us. "I stayed with him until I found a chance to run," she continued, voice cracking. "I came here because I didn't know where else to go. I didn't want him finding you. I didn't want him using me to get to you." I finally moved closer and knelt in front of her. "You should have told me." "I was terrified," she whispered. "He said he was watching you, watching the house, and I believed him." I reached for her hand. She grabbed it instantly, clinging like someone who'd been drowning for 2 weeks. The staff member quietly stepped out, closing the door behind her. "Where is he now?" I asked. "He left yesterday. I think he got spooked because the police started looking for him." She inhaled shakily. "That's when I asked them to call you. I couldn't keep running alone." I looked at her, really looked at her. The fear, the exhaustion, the weight she'd carried alone. And beneath all of that, the same love that had always been there. "You're coming home," I said softly. She shook her head. "What if he comes back? Then he'll deal with me, with the police, with whoever else needs to get involved. But you're not fighting this by yourself anymore." Her shoulders crumpled, and she leaned into me, sobbing into my chest. 2 weeks worth of fear spilling out all at once. I held her until her breathing steadied. Later that day, with the shelter's guidance, we filed reports, got protective orders, set up safety measures. It wasn't simple. It wasn't instant. But it was the first real step toward reclaiming our lives. When we finally walked out of the shelter together, her fingers laced through mine. The morning sun was rising. Somehow it felt symbolic, like something fractured was beginning to mend. She glanced up at me with tear-red eyes and whispered, "I didn't leave you. I was just waiting for the moment I could come back." And for the first time in 2 long weeks, I felt something I thought I'd lost completely.